because it's on
The
default.
funny thing is,
Because it's changed sources, apparently. Hello. Apparently, our microphone decided to change sources without us saying anything.
but you know, in retrospect, you changing the connections and all wasn't necessary because we knew the microphone was working because the captions were picking it up.
You know, that's a very good point, you know?
But in the moment, I did not realize that.
I wasn't thinking about, oh, the captions, no. Gosh dang it.
It was only after you had fixed it I realized, wait, the captions have been working. So the microphone obviously worked all along and it was OBS that did.
That's so silly. I didn't even think about that. And I can see our soundboard like with levels and stuff. So I'm like, it has to be picking us up. Oh my gosh. Hello and welcome everyone. We are Amplitude Studios. I'm Jordan.
Stephanie, and you know, we're just done with our percussive maintenance, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's almost like you have to do it. It's just necessary sometimes. But see, the thing that you don't know that goes on behind the scenes here at Amplitude Studios is that this area that we're in is actually just a little corner of a much bigger room that is used for filming.
Which you can probably tell because you can see, you know, a part of the Amplitude logo that you frequently see in the feature focuses.
Yeah, feature focuses or whatever other content we do that's a bit more like, you know, staged or amplified or whatever we do. That's all inside the same room. And so the computer gets used for a lot of different things. And so sometimes when we get here and we set everything up, we think it's working, but maybe it's not. So thank you all for being patient, hanging out with us, hanging in there for a bit. So heck yeah. Well, welcome in. Welcome, Wolf. We got Komodo Warren. Welcome. Axel requested that the accent color for today be green. Is this green enough for you, Axel?
I'm unsure because, you know, looking at it here, it looks green, but looking at it on the screen, it has a more blue tinge.
It
This
definitely
might
looks a
just
lot
be
more
the
blue.
color space of the screen,
Or it could be the camera. I don't know.
Or maybe we just have horrible color perception.
I don't know. It definitely looks a little bluer than like a true green, but it's hard to say. Horatio would approve.
It's on the
Excellent.
Okay, then it's fine. As to answer the other question in chat, if we're planning on trying out the VIP, what's it called, VIP balance overhaul or something like that, maybe. But since, you know, the Bolivar update is coming out in early June, mid June, somewhere around then, we figured we'll try the culture mod today because, you know, we can take a look at the ancient era cultures, maybe the classical era cultures, and be okay with that, and then continue it next week. Well, I guess Jordan will continue it next week. Thursday I'm still here. Friday I'm not.
Okay.
I needed to, you know, mentally run through whether I'm here or not.
Taking some well-deserved vacation later this month. So
but obviously with the new update coming out, we probably want to start a new game with the new update and vanilla the new update. So for something like a balance overhaul mod, we clearly need to play an entire game to really appreciate it. So we didn't want to, you know, half-ass testing the balance mod by just playing the ancient era because you don't see the balance in just the ancient era.
Yeah, and I think it is pretty fun to just like take an opportunity to just have a quick look into one of the mods that you, the community, our beautiful, lovely community, has created. So we thought, hey, if it's going to be a one-off type of stream, might as well do something fun and try out a mod. So that's what we're going to be doing today is trying out the Super Culture Pack mod. And maybe we can have a vote or something for which cultures we choose. But yeah, welcome in everyone. Just played with this mod yesterday. Robofix, nice. How'd you like it so far? I have to imagine that there's been some good cultures added in this mod.
I actually don't know the full list of cultures that are added in this mod because it's called a super pack for a reason. There's a lot.
I think there's like 60 something maybe.
Maybe.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Obviously, you know, like we would love to add 60 cultures into the game, but
that's
unfortunately,
I mean, adding 60 cultures into a game with 60 cultures, it's basically just adding another game.
It's basically a whole new game. But yeah, I mean, what with the song, all the music that goes into it, the art, the animation, not the animations, but the specific like 3D models and everything. It's a lot of work. So
Uh, Let me answer Commodore Varan's question there. I actually sent a response to your comment on the blog just earlier, like 20 minutes or so ago. Um, yeah, yes and no, so to speak. Yes, we very much appreciate what the modders are doing and all the effort they put in there, but I'm not sure we can necessarily cite the mods as direct inspirations because a lot of this stuff we've gotten this feedback since for most of it before release
open devs.
and in the open devs, sometimes even before the open devs, and a lot of this had been on our to-do list since then. Some of it even had like early drafts, but it was like, okay, yes, we want to do this, and here's an idea for how to do it, but we don't have time to do it now. We need to wait until to do it for later. If we ever do something that is specifically, hey, we found this cool mod, let us put this mod in some way in the game, then obviously we will contact the creator and work with them. If you look at, for example, Endless Legend, some of the bug fixes in the last patch were based on work that Leader Enemy Boss, one of our VIPs, had done with the Endless Legend community patch. So we had worked with him to specifically um, pick out some changes and put him in the credits. And I mean, even if I remembered how much, but I wouldn't be at liberty to say. But I'm pretty sure he got payment for the fixes as well. So if yes, if we specifically take a mod to integrate, then we will acknowledge and honor the creator. But in this case, I don't think it's a direct inspiration, and it's more that the models were faster because they don't have as much overhead to changes as we do. Like it takes a long time to go from we want to make a change to the change is actually done. And also, of course, the modders have the liberty of focusing on what they want to do and not having to go like, oh, I'd really like to do this, but there's actually this 20 bugs I need to fix first. Which, you, I mean, you probably saw the patch log for the Vitruvian update. That was a long list of bug fixes in there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we love the input that the community gives, and we love the inspiring mods and things that people have created. So I mean, continue to keep on making creative and awesome mods, um, and uh,
Yeah.
and we'll continue to try and make the game better and to add features that people are excited about.
And coming around, yeah, the backlog is close to a year, probably even longer if we count the open dev. But backlog is maybe not necessarily the right phrase. It's more like the plans for the future. It's not backlog sounds so much like
Back
we're behind where we
Backlog
should be.
implies we're working on things from the past, whereas it's more about the team working on things that are coming, as well as trying to fix things that
Yeah,
have needed to be fixed. There's a lot of things to work on that you aren't seeing currently, and so it's hard to tell you without telling you. You know what I mean? So
I guess speaking of things we're working on that you aren't seeing, this is an opportunity I should take to talk about something we were working on that you have seen, but that I have slightly bad news about. Some of you noticed, we saw the conversations in the Discord, that in some of the screenshots, we had specific empire names. Like in one of it said, like, Leader Cato Nine Tails of the Babylonians, something like that. Yes, we've been working on an immersive empire names, as, shown on our What's Next. And unfortunately, we were testing a prototype with our VIPs and discovered that there are some massive technical issues that will make it very difficult to maintain in the long run. And we basically need to go back and rework the system so it will not make it for the Bolivar update as we had hoped. Because thought, if we had known it wouldn't make it into this update, I probably wouldn't have shown it in the screenshots.
yeah, fair enough.
So
It
we're still working on better empire names so that they're consistent across the game and maybe even reflect the state of your empire in some way. But the system we tried to use didn't really work. It would have been a huge pain to maintain every time we do an update, so we couldn't use this system.
yeah, fair enough. Um, I know that people are talking about a lot of kind of ideas and different things that you're interested in seeing in the game. I would just like to quickly remind you all that Games Together is the best place to put your ideas. Because if it's mentioned in a stream and we hear it in a stream, there's a chance that we might remember to make a note about it after, work today or something like that. But keep in mind that we're going to end the stream at 8 p.m. our time, and I'm heading home.
And even then, even if we remember that, oh, somebody mentioned this on stream, then it's like, okay,
We don't
put
have evidence.
well, we technically could have evidence, but then we're like, okay, we have it here in stream, and then we're like, oh yeah, here's the timestamp in the stream, or like we clip it or whatever, if we
Mhm.
remember when in the stream it is. But that's already a huge overhead finding it.
Yeah. It's a lot of
And even and then it's, I don't know how long Twitch archives our streams.
I think about 6 weeks since we're partnered technically.
And then it's like, and then maybe somebody in 2 months, somebody's like, oh, I need to work on this cool idea somebody suggested, and then they check it and oh, and the actual idea, the actual suggestion is not there anymore. And that's
Yeah.
why we always say, even if you're like, also if you're talking on Discord and you in your discussion you have a cool idea, always post it on G2G, because G2G is the easiest for us to track in the long term, because we have a URL that we can store permanently and it's there in the stream.
And
or
also
in the
other
Discord.
people can see your ideas in your thread and they can say that they like it. They
Yep.
can add some ideas, and you honestly, as the community, can work together to refine your ideas into something that can be, easily accepted by the development teams.
Yep.
And say, yeah, like this is a really well thought through. There's really good ideas that we want to add and implement into the game.
Exactly. It's important for us to have a permanent record of the idea that everybody can add to, and because streams and Discord are,
or Twitter. I will say Twitter.
Twitter as well. Yes.
I can't tell you the amount of people that tweet at me and they're like, "You should do this thing," and I'm like, yes.
Twitter, at least you can still get a link to the tweet, so
and you can like screenshot tweets and send them.
It's slightly more permanent, I guess, than streams or Discord.
Yeah.
But, streams and Discord are, to bring out the linguistics. They're a transient medium. Like, you say something, and 5 minutes later it's gone.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like the Snapchat of forums.
It's like,
oh gosh.
It's also why I don't understand how some. I mean, I understand in some sense in that it's probably a bandwidth issue, but how some small games are like, oh yeah, we have a Discord and they put the patch notes only on the Discord or something, and then you're like, okay, there was an update to this game, but where are the patch notes? And then you Google it and you can't find it on Google because it's only on Discord.
Yeah, well, I will say, being the social media person, that the more platforms that you start adding stuff onto, and the more different social media channels that you're trying to manage, the harder it is to actually post on every single thing. Because even if it's pretty quick to like post it on one, it still takes a lot of time, because you can't post the same type of things on Instagram as you can on Facebook, and like, oh, it needs to be in a slightly different format, and like,
but
it all just becomes a lot.
When it's like the other way around is also true. Like when we make an important announcement, like like the stuff in the quality of life improvement blog. Of course, this is a blog where it's permanent. You can go back and read it, and sometimes it has downsides, because I still sometimes get notifications for somebody commenting on a blog I posted like 2 years ago or something like that. But you can get back to it. Imagine if we like picked out the individual quality of life improvements and like sent a tweet about it individually, like one a day or something like that.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, but
I mean, it's
you can
not
create threads.
It's not a bad idea to promote it, but it can't serve as a permanent record of it.
Yeah, 100% true. Tweets are, I feel like Twitter is literally meant to just be like short, bursts of like, hey.
I mean, we had the conversation about the algorithm, and the insight about, wait, I can sort my timeline chronologically and make it an actual timeline.
I feel dumb that I'm the social media person and I didn't know that, but like Twitter does not make it obvious to you that you can sort your timeline different ways.
It is so deliberately hidden.
Crazy.
Because I would have never thought about clicking on those star icons, because they look like decoration. They don't look like a button.
I think it's also similar to the icon that they used for like the stories, like the Twitter stories that they had for a bit, what they call fleets.
Oh yeah, the fleets.
That didn't last very long, I guess.
Well,
but
luckily, with the people I follow, I had the only good use of fleets in my feed. Pet pictures.
Pet pictures. Ah, that's good. Pet pictures.
Like I would open Twitter and was like, oh yeah, there's a new picture of a cute dog.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Arctic Arts, we're gonna be playing a community-made mod for the game that's called the Super Culture Pack. That we're gonna play with some of the cultures that the community has created, and we're gonna check it out and see what they look like. Um, we'll let you know what we think about it, and as we play through it, we'll just kind of experience it together. If you haven't already played the mod, then definitely go check it out and try it out for yourself. Just another note before we do, I think we should
Yeah.
probably hop into some gameplay here.
Yeah.
We could chat for a bit longer, but that the Da Vinci event will be ending next Monday. So um, if you need any hints or help to finish the different challenges for the Da Vinci event, feel free to ask us. Feel free to hop over to Games Together, ask some people on there. You can tweet at us, whatever you want. And we'll do our best to give you any like hints or anything that might be helpful. Um, if you beg Dark Arrow enough, he might give you a Spanish Inquisition secrets. But anyways, hey, Dr. Scottnick with the raid. Thank you very much, my friend. Welcome into the community.
Also, as we jump in, just gonna say, Ulrin right there. Would you say it was almost as hidden as the different religions before Vitruvian?
Hey,
Ouch.
yeah, that's
Harsh, but fair.
That's
It's
got
definitely
him.
fair.
Got us there. All right, let's hop over into the other screen and start up a new game here.
Yep.
Ooh, that was relatively quick on the draw. Did you
Yeah,
see that?
this time it was way quicker.
Yeah,
than,
that was good.
Other times, but yeah, as you can see, I already made some changes compared to our last game. Slightly more opponents. I'm thinking maybe we'll go up to 6.
Let's do
actually,
it. Let's add a couple more people in this.
to make it a little more crowded on the normal map, and then I think actually if we go to 6,
Good day, mate.
can I?
Good day, mate. The magic be with you.
All right, I can set it here. So do we want 3 continents with 2 players each, or 2 continents with 3 players each? I think two continents with 3 each might be more interesting,
Yeah,
because then we can have an
3.
ally and an enemy on the same continent.
I like it. Let's go for it. But anyways, welcome in, Raiders. Dr. Scottnick, thank you very much for sharing your community with us. Dr. Scottnick, what were you playing? Ludi, what's up? So what's new in the Super Culture Pack? This is my first time actually testing out the Super Culture Pack, so I
that's a lot
don't
of
know.
cultures, and as I mentioned, I don't know the full list. It's
Have to find out together.
If we'd had time, we should have made an exclamation point mod command that links them to the mod on mod.io.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, Dark Arrow could do that from their side, but
And Dr. Stone S4, oh, you should totally try Humankind again since it's been a few months. Yes, the next update is coming soon if you haven't heard, and that might be a good time to check out because we're making so many quality of life improvements. There's so much that makes the game, just a more pleasant experience in many ways.
I'm super excited about the civics change personally. For those of you that don't know, essentially there will be a hint as to how to unlock the civics. For me, basically unlocking the civics has mainly just been an experience in random chance. As I'm like, oh, I happened to unlock this civic, woohoo! But the civics themselves,
in a way that was intentional, in that they were supposed to reflect, the state of your empire. But
right, the connection can be made.
I kind of knew from the start that people would be frustrated about not seeing the conditions, because what's the point of hiding information in this day and age?
I mean, true. We love to see all the information.
Unless it's literally like in the original Rogue, where it's like, it randomly generates the item and you don't know what it does beforehand. Sure, that you can't just look up on the wiki, but if it's fixed, somebody's gonna put it on a wiki. Why hide it? Anyway, we have
Burke Black is in this, yeah. Burke Black the pirate.
We have already unlocked our first culture, so I guess let's check out some of the new cultures. Oh wow, the AI already picked one of the
Lapita.
The Lapita, yeah. I'm not sure where those are.
Lapita sounds cool.
Yeah.
Where are they from, I wonder?
I don't know. The name sounds familiar, but I can't place
Minus 30% create outpost cost. May not build naval units until the medieval era. Oh.
This one is actually interesting. Like village council +1 city cap if building a city with 6 or fewer population. That basically would mean that
Hmm.
if you have like single territory cities, they basically don't count if you have six or less pop. I'm
Interesting.
worried of what happens if you have a giant city with a lot of these, and then you build a big army, and
Then,
then suddenly your city cup just jumps
yeah,
up.
interesting.
The Acadians, those I know roughly where they are. Acadia is, I think, also in the what's it called in English? You know, between Euphrates and Tigris, the two rivers.
In Africa?
No, no, in the
The Euphrates?
it's called Middle East, Near East. You know,
Oh.
Syria and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. My history is not the best. I have never claimed to be a history buff.
You know, they were near the Babylonians, basically,
Okay.
which you can clearly tell in the architecture being kind of similar.
I like it. It's very cool.
What do we have here?
Minus
Expansionist.
25% stability penalty from territories attached to the
Ooh.
capital.
Oh, that's the mega city one, I guess.
Mega city. That reminds me of Carcassonne. I always try and make
Oh,
mega city.
And unique main plazas. But they reward when you adopt a new culture. But this is gonna help with quick expansion. Definitely.
Sheesh. Komodo suggests the Sivulurmiut or the Lapita, although Lapita was taken. So I guess
We'll have to check those out.
Sivulurmiut.
Caroline. Oh, those are. I think
Carlins.
they're.
The sea
Southern
is richer
America?
than any field.
I think they're South American.
+2 food on coastal water. +1 food on the lake. That's
Hallstatt.
pretty good.
Hallstatt. Those were brought up a lot before release. People being like, oh, instead of Celts, call them. Make them ancient and call them Hallstatt culture because they were basically proto Celts.
Interesting.
And they're famous for like some golden helmet that has like super intricate decorations that was found in Hallstatt,
Ooh.
which is why they're called this.
Interesting. Very cool.
That they were like super good metalsmiths. Like Viet. Well, I think those are in modern day Vietnam. I'd assume from the name.
The Latvia. Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
Oh, Minoans.
Drum makers. Science from terrain doubled on all non-strategic resource tiles.
Minoans obviously are from Crete.
Right.
King Minos.
+1 faith. +2 influence on strategic resource deposit.
That's also interesting.
So it's strategics
Yeah.
for
But
that one. Interesting.
what was it? The ones for regions?
Good evening,
where's
Bakaffel.
Phrygia?
Welcome in.
Phrygia also sounds familiar.
Question: do modders have access to some pre-made art and assets for modding? The artwork blends in extremely well. Honestly, think it's just the modders being savvy.
So, here's the one that they suggested. The Sivulimiriot? What? If you've suggested them, maybe you can give us some historical context on these. But let's see what
Sterile
they actually
terrain.
give. Sterile terrain. I don't think that actually works
May
for
only
our
build
current situation much.
Harpooner district.
So you're
Seal
literal-
hunting. Oh, interesting.
may only build harpooner units, so you only get this. You can't build anything. Oh, so they're probably a very northern.
Yeah, it's
culture.
like kind of like Inuits.
Yeah, kind of Inuit kind of culture, I guess. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm liking these cultures already.
But obviously, this is not. What I guess we're in this, so we might find some cold climes here.
Dr. Scottnick, you're from Australia. Okay, cool.
But yeah,
Western Australia.
If Chad has suggested it, even if it doesn't fit with our current environment, if Chad has suggested it, let's grab it. And we'll just wander a little bit and see if maybe we find some colder climes over here.
Let us see if this
I suggested the Civ before I saw your map generating.
It's one of
That's
those
all good.
moments that make
We'll
you
find some
feel
nice
like
sterile ground
something
to build our empire. Honestly,
I mean,
we could head to the south.
We are basically at the southern edge. There's sure to be something like that around here, but we just need to actually.
Okay,
find
see,
a
we
good spot.
we were right. They are Inuits. You can only build their special district in cold regions. I think we'll have that. Oh wow. That mammoth stands no chance.
Are these ranged units? No. But they have ambusher. I guess.
They have hunter. Specialized in tracking hunting animals, their skills can be equally applied when fighting humans. May not scale walls. Interesting.
So we can't conquer out the cities, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just grab this one because this will give us influence.
Oh, we can
to-
get a free mammoth. Well, I guess it'd take away our movement speed. Oh, and then we can attack him, I suppose. I suppose.
But yeah, that'll give us some influence because sadly we don't have the unique effects here yet.
Ah, yeah, that's gonna be super cool though. Having the natural wonders have unique abilities. I thought that that was the case actually. I didn't realize that they were all the same because I thought Vesuvius gave extra food because I was like, oh, because of the ash. Like,
Yeah,
ash gives me extra food or
Yeah,
something.
I guess we'll just stick it over here and then keep moving.
But I was wrong. It didn't actually give me extra food, which I was
You have
super
built
bummed
the
about.
first outpost,
Hello from the
adding
Netherlands.
another
What's up,
territory
Shirtus?
to
How you
your
doing?
empire. I know.
Who da
I'm
dog?
hoping This is the beginning of something very, very big.
Is it out already or something? No, Kosheko. The Bolivar update is not out yet, but it'll be coming out next month. What we're doing right now is we're playing a community-made mod.
And desperately hoping to find, snow territory. Aha!
Aha! Luck has shined upon us. Shone upon us?
I guess, being an Inuit culture, we should get the harbor as well.
Vesuvius equals the Red Mountain. Argue with me. 2 chats. Hey, Ludi's in both places. Ludi is all.
Oh, wow.
all
That's
present.
already the border of the neighbors. We should claim this ASAP.
Yes.
Let's move this guy a little bit to see if there's a better spot.
I mean, lots of
Uh,
industry,
Yeah,
though.
I think we're just gonna... It wants us to go over here because that's slightly higher total, I guess. But no, we need to grab this
Yeah,
one. This will be so good for our industry.
yeah, that'd be nice.
And then
It'd
just...
be cool, an LT based on region. I plan on sharing it on games together, don't worry. Our Phoenix.
So, do you
We appreciate that, we really do.
Oh, this is one of those
Time to
noodly
unravel
regions, it
the
seems.
diplomats.
Oh, noodly. The noodle region. What do you mean by LT?
Legacy trade.
Legacy trait based on region.
Oh, it was Broke Black who picked the Lapida.
Ah, good old Berkey. Berkey Burke. What made you advance this game with less than 8 scouts? Not getting civics on the first turn is so crippling on the early game.
Well,
We wanted to get the ancient culture
yeah,
before it was
exactly, we wanted
snatched
to
up,
just,
mostly.
still get some choice. for
We're
our
not
ancient
we're not
culture.
here to min-max the shit out of this game
That's
right
why
now.
we're not playing on Humankind. If we were playing on Humankind, the AI would probably have already beaten us.
Yeah. We're just here to check out the mod and kind of experience some of the community-made cultures.
Let's
Yeah.
just attach this already so we have all the industry.
As we are still adding cultures into
Yes,
the game.
here it is now. See
Uh,
what it
you know, it is interesting to see other
Food
people's.
for ambergris, money per pearls. Yeah, I don't think we have any of those yet.
But it would give us that later as well, right?
Yeah, of course we can. Ah, okay, it explodes everything, doesn't it? Yeah, that's why it's getting us +2 signs here from that time. Does it have adjacencies? Oh no, because
We're just getting lucky because it's ocean.
does it count these? These aren't coastal waters; these are ocean waters. Oh no, we got like literally the worst cold region for this.
That is kind of a bummer, actually. So, oh, okay.
There's one down here. We just need boats to get across. Oh, but no,
We can't build boats until the medieval. Was that us?
classical. So we'll be a different culture by then. Curse you, map generation!
A proposal.
Noodles. Do people feel like noodles and spaghetti are 2 different things? I'm of the opinion that noodles and spaghetti are actually the same thing.
Well, the
You
thing
can
is-
have rice noodles, which are not the same
Yeah, I
because
was about
usually
to-
pasta is made from wheat
I
noodles.
was about to say, like, when I say here noodles, the mental image is like the rice noodles.
Uh-huh. I think about like ramen noodles and I'm like, that's basically just pasta but thinner. Are there any Italians in the chat? The plan was sound though. Yeah, I mean, we had a good idea. If we found the first city on snow, you get a bonus based around that climate. Oh, so yeah, like a heritage. Like, your culture was founded in a snowy region, therefore you get a snowy bonus or something like that. It's very interesting, but the map
Well, the thing
doesn't
is,
change like
the thing is, we
environment.
actually in one of the earliest versions that our VIPs tested, we had some very terrain based bonuses on the ancient era cultures, because the idea was, oh, you'd look around, you'd figure out what kind of territory you have, and then you pick a culture that fits.
Right.
But in the end, the experience was actually somewhat frustrating, because often you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm in this, like, I don't know, floodplains like territory, but like, a lot of fertile
A first
ground and
visible
rivers.
mark of this new
Oh, but
knowledge.
somebody else has already picked the Egyptians.
I hope the style is pleasing, because it
Interesting.
will be a
Or-
What, the
or-
Nubians.
or-
Oh, there's people.
Or
see
you'd
'em?
be like, oh yeah, oh, I mean this area, and now the only culture I have left doesn't have a bonus here. Kind of
Right.
thing.
It feels more of like you have to get the perfect roll or something.
And it felt more. It felt too restrictive. I definitely agree. It would be nice to have some kind of terrain-based bonus, but the version we tried was too much, I think.
Interesting. Noodles and spaghetti are two totally different things. See, I don't know if they are though. I think they can be very similar things. Make spaghetti with normal noodles for convenience sake. See? Make sure to avoid the Numidians, else you can only build mounted units.
Be
Interesting.
careful that your people don't start liking the neighbors
Wait.
more than you.
But that means we technically have two types of Numidians now, because I think the Gaar Mantis were also in like Numidian tribe.
We have Francesco in the chat. Noodles and spaghetti aren't the same thing. But why are they not? How are they different?
It's even
They're both made from wheat
it's even more
and water.
it's even more confusing for me,
And
because
eggs.
grew up in Germany. The German word for all kinds of pasta is Nudeln.
Right. We have evidence from Germany. Nudeln is pasta.
But no, that's basically just because I think Germany probably had something similar,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just used that word for pasta.
I mean, makes sense, but I do think it's funny that they're so similar. Like, this is the whole, like, what is a sandwich situation? Like, what is a sandwich if not a thing inside of two other things? What is pasta if not, a vehicle for spaghetti
if
sauce?
If a sandwich is just a thing inside two other things, there are so many things that are now sandwiches.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that, but how can you limit the definition of what a sandwich is based off of food?
Now I'm thinking, every couple of weeks in my timeline, I get the sandwich alignment chart. You ever seen that one?
No, I've never
Where it's
seen
like,
this.
it's like, ingredient, purist, neutral, radical, and form, purist, neutral, and radical, and it's
So
like,
it's a flow chart.
no, it's like, a D&D alignment chart.
Right.
And like on
It's got
on
it's
the
a 2x2.
ingredient radical, form radical, it's basically what you just said. Anything inside two other things is a
It's a
sandwich.
sandwich.
Whereas on the purist, two purist, it's basically only the thing that looks like the heavy sandwich is a sandwich.
Right. Two pieces of sliced bread.
Two pieces of sliced bread with like sausage between or something like that. Super
Hammer.
strict definition.
Your first
Well, you could have a bread sandwich, our Phoenix, where you had a piece of bread inside two pieces of bread. It would just be a bread sandwich, which is not a very exciting sandwich.
But then it's like, by the definition of anything between two other things, even if we say the two other things need to be the same,
Yeah.
an Oreo is a sandwich.
It is. It's a cream sandwich. That's what I believe though. I put noodles in soup. I never put spaghetti in soup. But you could, Backoffel, you could put spaghetti in soup. Italians oftentimes make soups with pasta. Yeah, see? I almost chose you the stream with such heresy? Close you the stream? You mean you were gonna end the stream for us? I don't think you can do that.
Next
You
week,
have powers, Dark Arrow, but you don't have that kind of power.
next week, Jordan is cancelled.
Yeah, I've been canceled. Strictly social media from now on.
The pasta takes were just too hot.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
The pasta was hot, just like my takes.
The spices takes, I guess.
You have created your first trade link.
When is the Laser Shark DLC
Commerce
coming
is
out?
how empires
I think
have
next
always
week, isn't
shared
it?
goods,
I think it's next week,
resources,
actually.
and tall tales.
I think that I'm pretty sure somebody did make a Laser Sharks mod at some
Really?
point.
I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to make a Laser Shark mod. Just get the right art.
Or I guess it was at least the Laser Shark mod mockup.
Very good. I missed some streams, but I'm glad that we're still talking about food. Oh, don't worry about it. There will always be food conversations here. Maybe it's time to ask some Italian people in the company. Let's see what they think about this. We do actually have Italians in the company. They got Italians over there at Sega of Europe too. Speaking of restrictions when picking cultures in multiplayer games, we're having the issue that the player that is ahead gets first pick of whatever is the strongest. How hard would it be to implement that multiple players can pick the same culture if enabled? Well, that wouldn't be very historical or roleplay-y to
Well,
have two people that are the same culture.
well, yes, but actually no. There are probably a lot of cases where you can say, oh yeah, there were two very similar cultures, but they were like politically separate
Right.
kingdoms, countries, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Western and Eastern Roman Empire just after the split were probably still very similar at first, and then developed apart. For example.
Right.
So I don't think it's necessarily a role playing problem, but I don't know about the technical side, how difficult or easy that would be
To distinguish between who's which culture.
I mean, of course, once we have the actual empire names, that the player side
Yeah.
is better.
But like the
But
game coding
the
itself.
game coding side, I'm not sure.
You'd
how
have to
it
create like a
deals with that.
clone or something and be like, this is culture 1A and 1B
Well,
or something.
Possibly, but also possibly not. I
I
don't
don't
know. how
code,
it-
so
I don't know
I'm over
how
here
it
like,
ends.
yeah, you just make a 1A and a 1B. It's the same culture, but then it's two different
I guess
cultures.
it's like if it has like the list of cultures, and then it says in the list of cultures puts this player picked that, so that it can display it here. Then you'd have a problem. If it has the list of players and then slots in the culture, then
Mhm.
there's no problem with having the duplicates. I have no idea how it's handled.
Yeah, it does. I do think there is a sort of a meta game or a balance that you're talking about, Komodo, where it's like, if you're ahead, you stay ahead because it's like a snowball issue.
I mean, the things
because
obviously,
you get to choose.
obviously, in part the tension of needing to be quick in picking your cultures is kind of intentional. The problem, of course, is that as our players are happy to point out that the power difference between the cultures is too big. It should be like maybe
Yeah.
a little bit.
I think
and
that's the big
It should be more about picking the culture that fits your situation and
or
plans
your play style.
than about picking the most powerful one. And I think
Yeah.
that's kind of where the problem is, that we have too many cultures that are really weak and really strong, instead of cultures that do a thing, have a purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe the solution to that problem, Komodo, is less about, can we let other people have the same culture? Or it's maybe more about, it shouldn't be that obvious of a choice of which culture is the best. Therefore, they may be ahead. There's also the thing that is, if you're speeding through the eras, maybe you're not getting as much fame, it's potentially that you're skipping out on some fame, and you might actually be moving ahead but not actually getting as much fame.
I'm actually gonna
I don't know how your specific games have gone.
I'm just gonna stick the outpost here before the AI claims this territory.
They're right on the edge. So
Yeah, and then I'll
they have
move it
4
later.
units.
Yep, we don't want to mess with these.
Yeah, leave them alone.
Also,
For both
because it
of our
happens to be
aspirations,
Kiri,
I
and we all
will
know what happens when Kiri starts to get aggressive.
Oh no. All right, let me catch up with chat here. I'm a little bit behind.
have not-
With that type of logic, you're asking for someone to pluck the chicken for you. Bread is a sandwich. My PC exists between the two metal plates of my case, so it's a PC sandwich. Also, metal
Why
screws
was
are
this
long and
even
spiraled
questioned?
noodles. See, I don't know. See, I don't know if
Oh,
my
man,
my
It's our place.
I don't think anything long and skinny is a noodle. I think anything that's like wheat based, that's made of the same ingredients, that's long and skinny.
Yeah, that's it. You were just like
Has to be made of certain ingredients.
anything that's wheat based. But rice noodles are noodles, and they're not
Yeah,
wheat
that's
based.
what I'm saying. Is that's where the paradigm breaks down. I don't know. In Ukrainian, pasta means paste. Always wondered why Italians called their macaroni paste. Technically, one can blend macaroni into a paste. That's true. Tomorrow will be my birthday. Nice, Oscar Marquez. Happy birthday to you. Early birthday from us. We won't be streaming tomorrow, so this is the only chance we get to wish you a happy birthday. Game coding wise, we have seen a mod implement duplicate cultures already, but it only works reliably for the players that have the mod enabled. Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm sure that there's a technical way to do
I
it.
guess technically it is possible. As I say, we don't know we don't know how much work it is, but it's also, as we mentioned before we actually started playing, it's also always a question of priorities. Like there's a bunch of bug fixes we're working on always. There's also, of course, often um, performance work to be done. Like when we make a change to the game, we might need to be like, oh wait, we need to now make sure that this doesn't reduce the performance.
Yeah. There's a lot of factors to
there was,
to
for
think
example,
about.
one of the changes that the one time all of the mods broke and suddenly all the text in the mods cost 0 research. That was because we had made a change that would be invisible to the player to how the science costs are calculated to reduce these things in multiplayer. But then that broke all the mods that did text, and so players saw after all. But sometimes this kind of thing that you never see but you still benefit from goes on, and then of course there's so many ideas of things we want to do that we still want to get around to.
Yeah, definitely. Technical question. Can you make betas on Steam that are basically a fixed version of the game so update doesn't cancel multiplayer RP game with mods? So like when there's an
Yeah,
update, you're worried
no,
about
no,
it
no, yes,
breaking the
yes.
game?
I'll I've been meaning to define precisely what our rollback versions need to be, but yes, our producers are aware that we need rollback versions, and there will be one for this one, so that if you have a multiplayer game on the current version of the game, and Bolivar comes out, it'll not break your save. Well, the update will break your save, but you can go back to the old version to finish your game.
The rollback version.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that works through the beta branches. Yes.
Cool. We don't want to mess with them, so we will anger them. I mean, we're just claiming some territory. Like, it's all free game currently.
So do we want more industry, or why does this one give us more food?
From which country are you streaming,
Here.
Francesco? Oh, we're streaming from France. Neither one of us is French, but we are streaming from France because that is where Amplitude Studios is located.
It's just annoying that the only cold territories we found are across the sea, so we can't reach
Yeah,
them.
it's a bummer. Maybe we should just bum rush to the next era. Just go as fast as we can. As fast as I can.
So do we put it here, or do we put it
fast as
here
you
and
can.
just have giant industry quarters over here?
Yeah.
Because we have good food like here, and maybe here.
I like industry. That looks pretty good. Rockbot. It's a rockbot.
Oh wait, there's. I just realized there's a territory in the middle we haven't climbed yet.
Oh, well.
But maybe get on that.
I'm curious why we only have 3 movement instead of 4. Are the harpooners?
The harpooners are a bit slower, I guess.
They're so heavy with their harpoons. Can we get a harbor?
We have one here, but this is why I'm thinking about doing this, because then we can get a second one.
Oh, I
Right
was
here.
thinking about buying it before with influence, since we had a
It
decent.
wouldn't give us the full tool for all units though, because the outpost doesn't use everything.
I see.
An enormous
Buenos tardes, bienvenidos.
Medium-sized map. Should we go shamanism or polytheism?
now, things that one generation learned can be passed to the next.
We have
Bias
4
more
territories currently.
reliable than campfire
Yep.
stories.
I don't know. It's a good question. Use the agrarian ability to steal population.
Oh, true. We are agrarian, aren't we?
It's a good point.
So if we go here and we're like through this. So we have one nice large territory. I know
Mhm.
it's 240, but now we are bordering as much as we can, and then we're like, yeah, yeah, get us them pops because now we can advance.
Heck yeah, let's go.
Mhm. All like, oh,
Ah, yes, I think we should go with Shamatheism.
Shamatheism, yes. Plus 0.5 industry per fortification. Oh, that's interesting.
The Olak.
Wait, fortification on all districts.
Industry
That could potentially be a lot of industry if you fortify your cities.
He who knows most, who speaks last. He knows
Least.
most, who speaks least. Okay, sorry.
I,
That in my brain it
I
got
guess it's a similar concept to, you know, if you had remained quiet, they would have thought you were wise.
yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Can we use rollback on GeForce Now cloud gaming?
I don't
For-
think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's
It works on Steam, but on the other platforms, it's more difficult. I think this one is a Korean culture.
the Yeo. The Gogurt culture.
The Han,
The Han. Okay.
the Helveti, another, you know, Celtic one.
Han is Chinese, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kushan,
Kushans.
Nabateans.
Influence
Aren't
on
they the
exploited
ones
tiles not producing food
aren't they the ones who built the Petra?
in the desert?
There's the Numidians. All cavalry units may scale walls. Oh no, they have Skyrim horses.
Oh my gosh, what? The Pohnpians. Industry. Wait, what is it? What is their industry on coastal water? Industry on harbor. That's cool.
Any suggestions, chat? We also have the Teotihuacanos. So that's a culture that
Teotihuacan is.
I think the Aztecs kind of worship them as like ancestors of their own culture.
Oh, okay.
Like Teotihuacan.
Isn't Teotihuacan a
It's
city
a
in
city
Mexico?
in Mexico, yes.
Okay.
With, you know, that massive pyramid in it.
Yeah. Industry bonus from copies of Obsidian.
We don't have any obsidian. Actually, we should check that. The only resource we have is sage. But we do have some good strategic resources. So maybe we should check for something that works with that.
Strategics. Would have been great last era, but nice near Italy. Yeah, Francesco. I guess France is kind of like right in the Alps, right there. It's pretty close to a part of Italy. You can come over and teach us about pasta and noodles. What the
This
difference
one is
between them
sage.
is.
We have here the population cost, more food. Ooh, science per adjacent make it scores. That's nice, actually.
The Nabateans built Petra. Okay, cool. I know that you can choose a beta, but rollback. What would that be technically? Rollback is like just a previous version of the game.
Yeah. Rollback just means we have an older version that you can choose, like it's a beta, so that you can finish your game.
Don't go Teotihuacan. You don't have obsidian.
Yeah.
Yeah. We basically.
That's what we were saying. But now I'm looking if there's anything that. Now we do have some copper. We don't have silver and gold though.
It's a bummer.
The Nabateans is tiles not producing food.
Food from terrain on adjacent tiles doubled. 3 influence per adjacent non-developed tile not producing food. It's basically just desert. We don't have tons of deserts though. Honestly, I like the Pohnpeians. Not exclude food from coastal water tiles +5 food per adjacent harbor +3 industry warden worker.
I guess we did have those islands south of us that we wanted to grab, so this would work fine.
It's like industrial island people.
And yeah, this from, you know, the
Some sort of
Indonesian,
South, yeah.
Polynesian culture, I guess.
South Pacific type.
This is one of those things where if we had prepared this well in advance, we probably should have sat down and, you know, looked up all of the cultures.
Look at I mean, we're exploring it on stream. I
So
think
did
it's fine.
anybody say shamanism or polytheism?
Polyshamanism, I think. Shamatheism.
Well, if it's poly shamanism, then we have shamanism and build holy sites in every territory.
Sounds
Then
good.
it's poly shamanism.
Yeah, makes sense to me. There's only spaghetti here. You're telling me that there's no Japanese people in Italy making ramen? I highly doubt that. There's got to be some.
I mean, would the Italians tolerate the ramen?
I mean, that's a good question. Would a ramen place actually work in Italy? Would they get enough
As my
business
new
to
friends
survive?
are
Because
Let
is
us
there
see
enough
if this culture will
Italians?
bring your
They get
dreams
business
to
from all the
realize
tourists who
for
come to
fruition.
Rome and then don't want to eat Italian food.
That seems unlikely, actually. I feel like most people go to Rome to eat pizza and gelato and
I
pasta.
suspect there is still some people who are
Yeah.
like, you know,
Especially because there's a lot of Asian tourists as well that probably are like, this is too much milk, too much dairy. Give me some of them noodles. Teotihuacan es una ciudad de una cultura que no se sabe cuál fue, pero bien pudieron haber sido los mayas o los toltecas. Interesante. Unas sus ciudades. What do you think of the engagement we get when choosing government civics? Like it could unlock new gameplay like isolationism or trade at war.
ooh.
What do you think of the engagement we get when choosing government civics?
Yeah, no, I get what I mean.
Unlocking
Yes, I've seen
isolation.
that feedback that the government civics need to give you a bigger change in gameplay a lot of times. But of course, anything that isn't just a simple modifier to a value may need programming time and will take longer to implement. So we keep bringing it up as feedback, but it's probably not something that's going to happen super quickly because that would be a big rework to get all of the civics to be more like what people would like, where it like
Yeah.
has a gameplay.
What's
well,
up, Coconut Tank?
Of course, they all have gameplay effects, but I think you get what I mean, where it like changes the rules instead of just the values.
Yeah, I think that that's probably something that could happen later, though, where you see a rework to some of the civics or the effects that civics have, though.
You know, in retrospect, if we weren't focused on the modding cultures, man, this would have been such a good place for the Joe.
Yeah, seriously, slap a Confucian school
in
right
there
in the
and,
middle.
Bam.
Sheesh. It's like a donut. Mountain donut.
Let's get these guys.
It's Mountain Pac-Man. Because you can just eating the Confucian school.
Is it? Does it have new wonders as well, or only the? No, only the
How you doing? How you doing, Coconut Tank? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Yeah, let me attach this place.
Absolutely adore this game. Easily the prettiest strategy game ever made. Aw. You're making us blush, Sid.
Yeah, that is high praise because there's a lot of quite pretty strategy games actually.
I think that Humankind has a unique sort of beauty where it's got this kind of almost like stoic beauty maybe to it. Where it's not leaning hard into the cartoony and it's not trying to be hyper realistic, but it's like a polished I don't know, a polished sort of polished cartoon? Is that what it is? I don't know. High definition cartoon. There's some Asian restaurants, by the way, in Italy doesn't exist. Domino's Pizza. There's no Domino's Pizza in Italy. Yeah, that makes sense to me actually.
Oh god, yeah.
To be fair though,
I
don't
feel
really
like they'd be run out of town when they try to.
I don't really. I mean, even though I'm an American, I don't really eat Domino's Pizza in general, though.
I've once heard it described as Domino's Pizza is the pizza you eat when there's no better pizzeria around.
I mean, yeah, Domino's Pizza is kind of like one of the better fast food pizza places. Actually, I would say my current favorite was there are these like build your own pizza places that have been popping up over the U.S.
There used to be one of those near the old office for Amplitude.
Oh, really?
But usually I would just pick one of the
pre-made
ones because the slogan might be you're the chef, but turns out that a lot of people aren't great chefs.
Yeah. I actually made some pretty bomb pizzas. I have pictures of them. I should make a collage on Instagram of all the pizzas that I've made. But there was one called like Blaze Pizza. I think there was a place called Mod Pizza. Maybe even I don't know, there's some others too, but I really liked making my own pizzas because I'd essentially make an Italian style pizza with a real Italian style pizza. People don't understand what Italian pizza actually is usually in the US. But I'd get like full cloves of garlic, like roasted garlic on there. Some like pesto. Even put a little bit of arugula on there. I'm so hungry.
Yes, very much.
I did a bad thing. Uh,
Now I'm wondering, do you talk as much about food on the other streams?
I don't think I do, to be fair.
Yeah, because I'm asking because we had established that maybe we talk so much about food because at this point we've had a long day and we're
And
hungry
we're
because we haven't had dinner
Dinner
yet.
time. It's dinner time and
dinner
we're
time
still in the
and we're
office
still
and
in the
everybody
office.
else is left.
But if you had now said no on like Tuesday morning you talk just as much about food, then we'd be like, maybe it's just us.
Yeah. I think it might have something to do with the time of day. Actually, I saw Domino's in Bologna. Really? Yeah, Sean. Interesting. What's my favorite pizza? Ooh. That's a great question. My favorite pizza? Dang, that's hard to say. That's really hard. I really like mushrooms on my pizza, I gotta admit. It seems weird. Here in France, I've tried this weird bastardization of pizza called a kebab pizza, though.
A what?
A kebab pizza.
So
They
that's,
basically put kebab ingredients on a pizza.
yeah, I was about to ask. Does that mean it's kebab meat on a pizza,
Yep.
or does that mean pizza ingredients inside a kebab?
Nope, it's a pizza with kebab ingredients on it, and it's kind of a Frankenstein pizza, but it's actually pretty good. I don't know. I like pizza with mushrooms on it. I like pizza with sausage on it. I really like lots of interesting cheeses. Like I would just go with like a multi-cheese pizza as long as they were like cool cheeses. Kebab pizza is so hot right now. I don't get it, but I'm okay with it. You know?
I mean, on the other hand, why not? If you put various kinds of sausages on pizza, why not kebab meat?
It makes sense to me. Shave that meat all over my pizza.
I guess the most controversial ingredient on pizza is always the pineapple.
Pineapple on pizza. Twitch has a pineapple on pizza emote now. That's like a Twitch native emote. Some really great discussion going on about the civics. I don't know if I have a ton to add to it though. So my silence isn't because I'm ignoring you, just so you know that.
No, the silence is just because both of us are bad at the game.
Hey, I would say I'm worse at the game than you, but
It's like, I don't think I'm horrible at the game, but compared to the skill some of our players show, it's like
some of y'all
I'm a complete noob.
Some of y'all are really good at the game. It's hard to compare. Best pizza I ate was in Napoli in a cheap pizza place on the hill, just made on the oven, cheese and tomato, delicious. Second best I've had is in Napoli in the port with fish. Well, simple and delicious. Fish on a pizza, interesting. I've never had fish on a pizza.
Yeah, why not?
I don't see any reason why not. I just haven't had it. All these pizza questions, the hint is to introduce the pizza-centric culture. I mean, Italians. They're pizza-centric. Aparte, vine a agradecer que uno de los personajes destinados es una referencia a la mitología inca, cual habla de unas dos personas que salieron del lago Titicaca y que fueron los encargados de traer civilización. Los nombres fueron Manco Capac y Mama Oclo. Pocas veces vi una referencia así en un juego de este tipo y a la vez tan joven. Un buen momento de la verdad. Super. Me gusta.
And I understood
Demasiado
approximately none of that.
Fue una versión culinaria. Sí, estamos hablando de la piña sobre la pizza. Can we get food humankind icon for our empire as we drop from the stream? Yeah, we need to get Twitch drops for. Honestly, I really need to sit down and talk to our representative on Twitch because we need to get follower emotes. We need to have follower emotes on Twitch. We need them.
And I'm still not sure why we don't, because I'm pretty sure we're like listed as a partner or or whatever it's called on Twitch. And
Technically, what the Twitch frequently asked questions page says is that follower icons are currently in beta, and not everyone has access to them yet.
Ah.
Yeah. So I have them on my personal stream, but I don't have them here, which is crazy. Because I have objectively less viewers and followers than us here, which is just, I feel like it should, I don't know. I feel like we should have it, but I can make some pretty mean tuna pizza. Tuna pizza actually sounds pretty good.
if it's done well, yes.
I like black olives on like tuna pizza. That sounds good. Green olives also sounds pretty good, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Both of us are bad at the game. We can see that. Oh, hey. And the one with the gold standard is 5 cities by turn 50. You're at 1 city at that point while pushing up your district cost by attaching so many areas. Yeah, I mean, hey, Komodo, you can just come on the stream one time and teach us how to play.
Or you could also, not, because this is for showing of the cultures and not for min-maxing the game.
Yeah. I already said that though, so I
Yeah,
didn't feel like
it's-
repeating myself.
It is definitely, we're just, I guess, having hot takes about pizza and sandwiches while
Hot
chilling
takes about the game.
and trying to show some of the cultures.
I feel like at a certain point, once you've explained how you feel about something enough times, you just have to start making jokes because that's all you can do. Have you thought about doing a retrospective interview with Roman for the 1-year anniversary?
Yes,
That
but
seems like a pretty cool
But
idea.
the problem with doing anything like that with Romain is always getting the time from Romain, because he is obviously a super busy person at the company.
Definitely. I don't know. I mean, I've never had Roman on the stream before, so I think it'd be a cool idea. But that's just my opinion. So we'll have to see.
I guess this one we can do.
The Humankind anniversary is technically in August, right? So
I think so. Yes.
it came out in the beginning of August. I started working here at the end of August, so I don't know the exact date.
I don't remember the exact date either, but
Damn, I watched the stream instead of making dinner. Well, time to whip up a quick soup. Get some of that good soup, Bakaffel. Thank you for being here, by the way. We do appreciate having you here in the stream.
Because we should think ahead a little bit on what we might need.
Yeah, so
Probably get to Imperial Power, because that's a prerequisite for 2 of the 3 decks here.
I just have no idea what culture we might choose next, so.
Well, neither do I, because I have no idea what cultures are in the game.
Yeah.
with the mod activated.
Hard to plan ahead. August 17th. Okay. Thanks, Capcan and our Phoenix. Polaris Australis.
But of course, there's another part to the whole. Oh, the gold standard is having 5 cities, and each of these territories would be a city. But I'm already taking my time managing 1 or now 2 cities. If we did the optimal play, we'd never even get out of the ancient era.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's that's really the big problem for min-maxing on stream.
Min-maxing's less fun to watch.
Well, sometimes you want to watch the min-maxer, sure.
Right.
But for us, for wanting to show off a bunch of cultures and stuff, min-maxing the cities and taking ages to
Debate
min-max them
and
is not necessarily the best approach.
So do we have the new world turned on, or
No.
okay?
I think I'll actually, this will be a nice, very water-based city here.
I mean, the industry is crazy though. You're able to have like really
Other empires
strong
nervously
cities
wonder
industrially,
what's being
but
built with those
s-
fine
not need a
things
ton of
first.
forests and mountains to get it.
Industrially, this is a really good city now. That reminds me, moving speed.
What do you think of temporary
Where's
sea
the
outposts, or like a merchant boat that can get gold from trade roads if staying in that area? Like a local trade? Merchant boat. We can get gold from trade routes if it stays in the area. So like you put the boat on top of where the trade routes are going past? And it would get gold from that? Like a unit that would help your trade.
I mean, possibly.
Seems interesting.
Like, as a concept, sure.
I'm
But
not
that,
sure how.
that again runs into the we have no idea whether or not that's possible to implement.
Yeah, I think as an idea, it's cool though. I assume you're just asking what we think about the idea. It's interesting. I feel like the unspoken thing is that there's already quote unquote tradespeople and boats being used to make the trade route in the first place. You just don't see them visibly on the map. So what would an extra
Actually,
unit
it's-
boat?
Like on the ocean suit,
Yeah,
but on
like
the
if you
land, if there's like a territory that nobody has claimed and the trade route goes there, then you can see that they put like little stables and stuff there for the
Yeah,
caravans.
specifically the boat one. I guess I was thinking of is that
think,
are there actual mini boats
I
that
think it was originally planned that there would be like a little harbor somewhere, but I don't think that made it into the game.
okay.
Which of course makes it very hard to raid naval trade routes because you can't see them.
Yeah. You can come on the stream one day and teach us how to play. I got 800 hours and about 600 hours of it in multiplayer, so you definitely would learn a lot. Like how OP Silk is. If you're interested in a game, I really regularly organize games and looking for a group in the Amplitude Discord. Feel free to join us. Yeah, I've mentioned before actually, Komodo, that I would love to have some sort of a multiplayer game with the community. So I'll definitely keep my eye out. Controlling the sea, technically, yes. I mean, I don't know. My personal thing is I always like things to have kind of like a narrative reason for why they exist or why they're giving you a bonus in the game. So if there's a unit that just 5 independent people over there.
Yeah, and at least they're peaceful. So because if they are aggressive, this unit would be so screwed.
What? There's a button on there that I don't think I've even noticed before that says go to encampment.
Yeah, that's if they already have an encampment somewhere, but I'm not sure if they do because this doesn't have the dotted line, so I don't think they've founded one yet.
So you can see where they're coming from. Interesting. We could move on to the next era though.
Yeah, we probably actually should. I'm just wondering if there's need to build here. I guess we should start building a boat so we can explore further. So, what do we have added in the medieval?
That's cool. 5 industry-owned city or outpost per ruin in territory. Huh. How does that even play out? 2 industry per copper? Industry per gold?
I mean, we have some copper, but not that much. So let's see what else we have. The Haida. Only during the medieval era.
Money per turn capped.
At 0. You don't make any money.
Influence. 1 influence per 25 stockpiled money after the medieval era. Plus 1 influence per 25 money.
So we can't make money in medieval, but we get the influence, and later we get the influence, but we can't make money again.
We get money from the influence that we're making. Sorry, no, we get influence based on how much money we're making.
Yep.
Hmm.
The Inca, of course.
Food.
The kill
Ooh.
ones.
Excuse me. I started going back to the gym this week, and I've just been a little bit tired ever since I did that. My body's trying to catch up.
You know, if we're looking for the new world with the other 3 players, this one might be good because we already have a bunch of naval trade routes with the Kiri, and we'll get even more. And it'll make it super cheap to buy the resources.
That's true. And we get a ton of extra money per trader.
Much applied. Isolation never lost to starvation in the capital. That would be a good ability for our mega city that has been criticized.
That could be good.
The Malians. Finds on terrorists following the state religion. Medang. Is that... Where's that from? That seems familiar, this architectural style. Is that like Tibet or something? Nepal?
King Baba Boy, have you read the latest blog post that we just posted today? I'm just curious when you're asking this question if you've read it already, just to base up like how much you know.
Here's the third in the line. We had the Hallstatt, we had the Helveti, now we had the medieval Swiss.
Nice.
I think this mod has a Swiss in every era.
The Swiss exist at all periods of time. Coconut Tank. So when you make a modded culture, you can add a different art, essentially. Certain pieces of art you can put in.
So I think yes. Let's try the where the kill ones here and lean into the money. What do the swordsmen do? Sultan's elite. Plus 1.5 holy strength per holy site. Well, I guess we need to get more holy sites.
A new
Yeah.
future awaits. Let us see if this culture will bring your dreams or your nightmares.
And this is
to
already
fruition.
gonna help because we have a number of naval trade routes already.
So nice to hear from you.
Aggressive. We will also need to build some units, I guess. I don't want it here. I'd much rather have it over here, but that's a bit far away.
No, not yet. I'll give it a read. Heck yeah. I'm assuming you know where to find it on Games Together. If you don't, I can
Where do I
slap over the Games Together link over there.
Oh, wait. Or adjacent coast war. So we really.
But yeah, there'll be some information about some tweaks to AI in the blog post at the bottom. So definitely check that out and let us know what you think. Just tuning in. Is this a mod pack? Yes, we're playing a super culture mod pack. Who actually does make this mod? Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't remember who makes the mod. Does anybody in chat know who makes this mod? I feel like we should give them a shout out since we're playing it. But anyways, welcome in. Arphinus, I wish I knew more about what you're talking about. I hear the things that you're talking about with the whole, boat having a boat in a region, considering it as an outpost. So if you close your border, you can control the trade routes. I mean, that all makes sense. It's interesting. Could be a cool idea. Have you kind of written out your ideas in a thread on Games Together yet?
We're losing a little bit here, but I feel we do want the faith to spread our religion.
Uncle Two Fire.
Dear.
Okay, Uncle Two Fire. Well, shout out to Uncle Two Fire for making this super culture mod pack. There are many a culture in it. It feels very well done. Like they've thought through the bonuses. Some of the bonuses seem very specific, but I think that that's pretty cool. Where you can have a very like niche culture that would be more or less useless in some circumstances, but in
Yeah.
other circumstances, it's like, oh, well, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, like with mods, there's definitely a lot more freedom on what to do for like super specific cultures like that. Because if it's not to your liking, you just can not use the mod. But in the base game, we kind of need to. We want people to experience the different content. So if it's like super niche and super specific, then it's like, this is picked so rarely. Of course, balancing is another problem for that, but it's a different topic. Oh, come on, please, please. Nope. We'll have to turn around again.
That's unfortunate. Maybe we could, I was gonna say head down to the bottom edge there,
Yeah,
and
let's see if we can find something there.
I feel like
and if-
sometimes there's
if
a lot,
not,
there's more land on the
probably-
bottom.
It's probably this way we can find it, but we'll need another. Oh, come on, so close.
I mean, only 2 people away.
The evil is coming out again already. Correct players, man. Worst kind of people.
Yeah, I know.
The first ship.
Oh goodness.
Your empire.
Is everybody
becomes
having
one
a
of the
good week so
giants,
far?
Astride the globe.
It's already Thursday. We only have 1 day left until the weekend. And the weather is just like staying really nice here in Paris. Le Paris. Tomorrow it's supposed to be, oh my gosh, on the weekend it's getting up to 80 degrees. 80 degrees Fahrenheit is actually going to be pretty warm feeling for here. Especially because it's pretty humid in France. What is the humidity like here actually right now? I don't even know. It doesn't show me the humidity on my watch. It's too simple.
But until the book is closed and the story complete, you still have a
But yeah. Do you ever think we can expect a creative mode? Already exists as a mod. Interesting.
What do you mean with creative mode in this context?
Yeah, creative mode can mean a lot of things. I feel like the main definition is usually a Minecraft-based creative mode definition.
Because if it's just about the AI not messing with you, then the lowest difficulty puts a lot of restraints on the AI. But it's more if it's more like, oh, but I also want all districts to only cost like 1 industry, so I can build the city the way I want. Then I don't think that's coming anytime soon. But there's probably a mod.
Yeah, I have to imagine.
Oh! Look, our neighbors are here.
Oh.
Maybe we should get some more swordsmen.
That might be good. Build all of them in 1 turn. Excellent. We do got that industry going on.
Can we get maybe?
I'm waiting for the Eurovision semi-final today. Oh yeah, I saw something on. I want to say it was Spotify maybe, where it basically said like follow along with the Eurovision songs, and like you could listen to the songs that they're playing or something.
If trouble
I
comes,
thought that was kind of cool. I didn't do it, but
should provide you with a number of pragmatic.
I like the movie, the Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga. Very funny movie. Get that Fahrenheit nonsense out here. I'm a Kelvin purist. Respect. So, what is the temperature right now in Kelvin, boy in France?
Well, 200 and something.
Yeah, 200 and... Well, no, it would be like 300 something at this point. Pretty sure.
No, you have to go pretty far, I think, to get to... It's something like 270?
Hey Siri, what's 66 degrees Fahrenheit in Kelvin?
292 kelvins.
It's close to 300.
Because,
My calculations were off.
Kelvin is about 270 something up from Celsius, but the
I think it's
degrees are the same size.
273. Yeah.
But I mean, I always have that with like, with Fahrenheit, I have no idea. With miles and stuff, I can at least be like, oh yeah, a mile is like 1.6 kilometers roughly.
Yeah.
And then the weird thing is that usually I'm like, oh, get out of here with this imperial nonsense. But then my hobby, it's like everything's measured in inch.
Yeah. Yeah. What about pounds and kilos? Is that an easy conversion for you? Maybe not.
Well, the thing is, you can roughly say half. Like, a pound is half a kilo, roughly. But the thing is, there's like 6 different pounds,
Oh.
depending on what country you're in.
American pounds. You gotta have the American kind. Should I do voice acting? I feel like I could do voice acting. I've been told from friends that are voice actors that the biggest thing that you need to have as a voice actor is a portfolio. Because nobody cares what your voice sounds like unless you've done like voice acting in the past. Because like
Basically, yeah.
they want to know that you can actually do what it is that voice actors do, which is read a script and produce the content that they need fast enough, accurately enough, or whatever.
Well, this was a dud. And I don't even dare sail in this direction because even here, it feels like it's all mountains. There'll be no coastal water there. I guess what we should do in this case. Let's see. Has somebody claimed it?
The Lighthouse of
Of
Alexandria.
course.
The Morians.
Kiri!
Dang it! My way to remember Miles having driven a UK car in France for a decade is the towns all have 50-kilometer speed limit, which is about 30 miles an hour on the dash. Okay. I always remember that 120 kilometers per hour is like 72 miles an hour or something like that. Which we usually on the freeway either go 65 miles an hour or 75 miles an hour. And then if you're really lucky, in some places they let you go 85 miles an hour. But that's usually out in like the desert in, Utah, Idaho, Arizona, Nevada, that type of area. Sometimes you can go fast. 85 miles an hour is like very fast in a car, I feel like.
I have a proposal.
It sounds like a catch-22. To get voice work, one needs a portfolio of voice work. Welcome to literally any job ever, Coconut Tank.
Yes.
I
Basically.
feel like that's every single job, though. Hi, you want to work in the video game industry? Well, you need 3 to 5 years of experience in the video game industry to get an entry-level position.
Yeah.
What?
But that's but with voice acting, I guess it's you can start at least building your portfolio with like fan projects.
Yeah,
that
you
go
can.
up on YouTube. And like I remember when I was working as a tutor, I had this one student, and she was always like, "Oh, I want to be a voice actor. I want to be a voice actor." And I always tell her, well, then you need to get involved in
You need to do something.
making fan dubs or whatever on YouTube,
Yeah.
because otherwise you will not have nothing to show when you get out of school.
It's a good point. Honestly, there's a lot that you can do by yourself to create stuff that's almost resume worthy, but is not actually a real job.
Yeah, and it's like the same with like artists, where it's like, yeah, sure, you like need a portfolio of like, oh, I've worked on this stuff to get a job, but at the very least you can have a portfolio of here's stuff I've done, so they can see your the different styles you're capable of.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the same with modeling too. You can have professional photographers take pictures of you, but at a certain point, when you're trying to get a job, it's more about like them being able to see that you can do different looks.
Yeah, but even then, obviously, if you can do the different looks,
Oh
it's
no, you
best
could run
to
into them.
have professional photos of the
Sure,
different looks, and
sure.
not
Amateur, hey, you want to take a picture of me? We'll use the bathroom light. It's the best for selfies. 110 kilometers is roughly 70. 130 is roughly 80. Yeah, they're like rough estimates that I just keep in my head.
Friend, Let's celebrate.
I think also part of the reason why we had such a bad expansion is like, look at what little of the content we got,
We got
and look how much Kiri got.
seriously though.
They walled us in hard.
To be fair, we did spawn at the very bottom of the continent
Yeah,
though.
and basically it's like, you know, we started somewhere around here, and we went here, and immediately it's like, oh, that's Burke, and then we went here,
Up.
and it's like, oh, that's Kiri.
Yeah, seriously. Kiri's chilling at our border with a bunch of elephants. Did we notice this?
Yes, but with Kiri at least, she's condescending, as given how good we are at the game, she has every
As
right
a
to be.
weakling
But
of little interest to
but
be
it's-
ignored or bullied.
it's still better than Burke, who's feeling aggressive.
Oh my gosh. They all want us dead. What do you think about organizing a roleplay game between you? It'd be interesting to do a streamed roleplay game of Humankind. I'm not exactly sure what that would look like. Just got that message in game. We went from hesitant to pleasant, which is degraded. I don't know. It's a good question, Wolf. I'm not sure.
I mean, I think sometimes the degraded or improved may be a bit confused, I guess.
Yeah. So to get VIP, we need to have VIP already. Now, see, in our stream, you can earn the VIP badge by being here consistently.
In theory, didn't we run out of slots recently?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
We have enough slots. We have enough slots for a while. And at that point, everybody who's earned those, I feel like deserves the VIP tag.
And as for, you know, the other kind of VIP we have, you also don't need to be a VIP to become a VIP, but it's certainly, you know, after like beta tests and stuff is often a time when we invite new people because that's the best time to see how they give feedback.
Yeah. Definitely
Leave
to
them
be
to their
to become a
farms,
VIP
everything will
for
be fine.
games and stuff like that.
And,
It's
maybe get rid of
more
the
about
bad
kind of
pieces.
you and your ability to give
Oh wow,
good
I have
feedback.
no idea what just happened.
We can see a lot. Trade routes, maybe? Got connected?
We can see all of these, but we didn't even know of these empires before, so we shouldn't have a trade treaty with them yet. Maybe it's through our allies somehow.
Could be, maybe. You must have VIP experience to be granted VIP status. I wouldn't even say that.
So let's see, what resources do we want to buy?
Arfinus, you heading out? Take care. I just made a leap from DevOps engineer to solutions architect. I'm one more step away from game system designer. Baby steps. Baby steps. That's the only way that it works. But congratulations, though. That's awesome. I'm not sure what a solutions architect does, but it sounds important. And then there are the funny Twitter stories of devs who create an infra that's 3 years old, not getting a job because they're not a 5-year expert of the same infra.
Oh, I heard
Oh.
of that one where it's like you need to have 5 years of experience in this job,
Python or
and the
whatever.
and the person who literally was involved in inventing that programming language is like, we published this programming language 3 years ago. Even I don't have 5 years of experience, and I invented the damn thing.
Yeah. It's a meme at this point because of how silly it is. I really do think that some companies actually do a really good job of this, Amplitude included, where you look at their job offering, or what do you call it? A job listing, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
And instead of saying like, oh, you need to have 3 years in this and 2 years in that and whatever, it explains it in more of terms of skills. You know, you need to be able to effectively use this to do a thing or something like that.
And also, you know, a lot of it, especially with the, you know, programmers and such thing like, oh, you need to have this much experience in this language is often useless because then like 3 years later, the industry moves on and a different language is used.
Yeah, honestly, it can feel like a losing battle in some ways. Are we becoming the trade?
We're
trade
becoming
people?
the absolute trade mogul here, yes. will have to go back next turn. But yeah, I guess now all these boats are pointless because we have found everybody we wanted to find.
Bombardin VIP in the stream context on Twitch means that you can post links. That we trust you to post a link in chat.
And I think green was the last
And you get a
one.
diamond. It's fancy. Just referred to the earlier discussions about getting jobs. I was a DJ back in the day, and it took a while to get DJ jobs as they needed experience. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I really do think that a lot of it is being able to sell yourself in an effective way, though. You know, as a prospective employee, being able to, you know, sure, they might not look at your resume, but if they do, it needs to have stuff on there, and it can't just say I work at Domino's, you know, but I really want to do video games. Like, you need to be able to say relevant things that you've done in your life that they can look at and be like, okay, they haven't done video games yet, but they've, you know.
Yeah, for me it's like, you know, I'm still amazed that I got this job because I had done absolutely nothing video games related before.
Yeah. I mean, it's I feel like especially the earlier people have gotten into the industry, the maybe more likely that they got in without as much industry experience. But I feel like at this point in time, it's getting harder and harder to do that. But you know, like there are some. Oh, okay. Pardon just drops the VIP. You wanna click me over there?
Oh, where's the mouse?
Down at the bottom. Oh, nice.
I mean, I could see the chat. I couldn't see the mouse.
Oh, okay. I think that's how we do this. There we go. All right, congratulations, Bombardin. You're officially a VIP. You're officially a VIP of the channel. What religion do y'all usually like to pick? It's interesting that the different religions have their own events too. I don't know. We just kind of pick one. I don't know. We've done a lot of them at this point.
This time I didn't even, you know, pick one. Just, I guess we'll try to keep shipping our religion out with our trade routes. Speaking of, do you have? Oh wait, wrong player. Kiri.
Friend,
Trade.
let's celebrate.
Crouton.net. Oh no.
Oh, pleasure to see you.
Don't abuse your powers, Bombardin. Is abstain from intoxicants already picked? It's the most contested religion tenet in multiplayer.
Luckily it wasn't, but I had actually been looking at this one because we have so much coastal water.
Yeah, we do have a lot of coastal water.
But it had already been picked. We really fell behind on the religion game there, as you can see here. At least nobody's reached third tenet yet, but.
Would you say that the balance of the tenets is something that might happen in a balance run through pass?
I know we're aware that, you know, they're not super balanced, but I'm not sure where they are in the like
Priorities.
Priorities for balancing.
I'm just wondering if you know, a balance, you know, pass. I want to call it a balance pass. I feel like that would fit in with that because obviously, like, cultures themselves could have some balance, but then also, I feel like
the thing is,
the religion.
Of course, even if, you know, there's somewhere it's like, you know, very obviously, people prefer one option vastly over the others. Like with the abstain from intoxicants, I feel like when you are balancing stuff, you don't want to change everything at once because then you have no baseline to compare to afterwards. What should we get here?
We feel this proposal would benefit all.
I don't know if Dark Arrow is active in the chat right now.
Lovely. Impressive. A cultural wonder.
I'm
that
curious
makes
what this
me want to
crouton
pull
thing
out
is,
my
though.
Toy blocks and go crazy.
Do we dare ask?
I mean,
I'm not sure I dare.
they're just saying it's funny to trust them, which is usually a recipe for disaster.
when somebody tells me that it's funny and to trust them, then yes, I am.
Usually it's a rickroll.
Immediately wary.
I do like that it actually stays light later here though, because like when we're staying at the office late, it feels nice to like not have it be completely black outside um when we get done. Clicks on report fishing. Oh gosh. That's why I was asking about Dark Arrow. I was like, we need to get one of our own to check it out first to see if we could delete this message. Fanatical, yeah, that might be good.
For once, because we actually pushed our faith a little bit in other
Ooh,
regions.
I
Which
like
is
it.
why after we just got the next year and we suddenly jumped up all the way here because there's 14 people in here.
62
we only
out
had
of 65, dang.
we only had like these people before, and now suddenly bam. And we may be able to eventually push over here if we get enough pressure going. So I guess
Under pressure.
we haven't had a single star yet. Ooh.
That
This
feels
is-
bad. To reach our merchant ability as well.
But ooh.
Greetings.
I
feel
feel
like-
we haven't bought.
My door is
I was gonna say, I feel like we still have some more things to buy. Since we are the merchants. If you have a phone that works too. I could go onto my phone and check. Speaking of religion, we often get to
Mainly
tier 4
enjoying
tenants in the
this.
medieval era and multiplayer after that. Faith feels irrelevant except for the Anchor Wat. Are you considering higher tier tenants with even higher population requirements?
Another one of those questions where I can only tell you, yes, we've seen that feedback a lot, but I don't know the answer to that one. I would have to, talk to our game director.
It's definitely an interesting suggestion.
Another empire has built and gained.
I think it's
the
I
also-
think it's
great
also a little
lighthouse of
niche
Alexandria.
because
Maybe they'll let you
I don't
build
think
it.
most people are running into this tenant problem in the medieval area.
The
era.
thing is, I think there's also an issue of. I don't think the number of followers you need scales with map size,
Oh, interesting.
and of course, getting to like 80 people on a huge
On a
map
big map.
is easier than on a tiny map because
Interesting.
you can have more cities.
So yeah, maybe there could be something done about scaling it to the map size, which might make it harder to get to the fourth one.
So should we pick a different religion?
Yeah, go for it. Let's go. Let's well, there's only a couple left. We got 3 options, chat. What should we do? Hinduism, Islam, or Judaism?
Of course, we could also just say shamanism.
We could stay as shamanism, yeah. Shamalama ding dong. On this, I do agree with Komodo. It'd be nice if Faith could do something in the late game, but the tenants are fun to play with. Yeah. How's the update roadmap looking? Well, the latest news that we just released today is that the Boulevard update should be coming out in June, so next month. In the next few weeks, however you want to say it.
Let me put it
And
this way. There
are
a
you
number of
talking
paths
about
out there.
as far as like, because I know some people have requested a new what's next. Is that what you're talking about? I just want to make sure that I know what you're talking about. Judaism is the suggestion.
And
Thank you, Bombardin.
pick the only one that feels kind of well. I guess we should maybe grab this one, given that some of our neighbors are feeling aggressive.
Grievance. We have grievances and we desire war support for it.
Just so that we don't run into a big problem.
Even on huge map size, we get around tier 4 tenants in medieval. I think what Stephanie was saying is that it's easier to get those tier 4 ones on a huge map.
Because
It's harder on a small map
because you have so many cities, growing population, whereas on the tiny map
you can only grow 1 population per city
you
per
have
turn
like a few
max.
cities, like 3 cities maybe, or I guess given how they play with like 1 city per territory, for them it doesn't make a difference.
Maybe. It might not make a difference for them. It's hard to say. There's a lot of factors that go into this. But I will say it is definitely something that I wasn't aware of, but now that I am aware of,
But there's definitely something like one thing we didn't want faith to be is a spendable resource, because that is just kind of strange.
Yeah.
As a spendable resource. Like the influence is already weird enough. It's very abstract, but at least that is kind of like it's like the political and administrative effort by your government. But how do you spend faith?
Mm-hmm.
Like your people don't become less faithful because you recruit missionaries. Because if that was the case, then no religion would have ever spread.
Yeah.
Are you interested? Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
just when the next
no.
update is due. Yeah.
Next
So
month.
in yeah, next month in June. But yeah, boy and friends, have you read the blogs, the most recent blogs on Humankind, the Humankind dev blogs? Because they go over the changes that are coming in the update, and
okay,
in the last one it mentioned about the kind of schedule for that. It's not an official day yet, but it's a general timeline.
I'm
As
thinking
things are still getting
I'm thinking
finalized.
it is time we start building another army because
They're just roaming around our territory, aren't they?
I guess I see why. Did they happen to be? Yes.
Speak.
Huh.
Just Kiri things.
Just Kiri things. How is Kiri so effective as an AI?
The dark Kiri energy.
That's the dark Kiri. Any link to the dev blog? Yeah, I don't know if Dark Arrow can get one for you. I believe that I have the last week's blog here still, since I did not have time to do it today. Yeah, Dark Arrow's got you.
So I guess we need heavy infantry so that we can get better swordsmen, and yeah, let's get pikemen because they're I think stronger than our swordsmen at this point, and maybe we need
to
to
believe so. A little bit of Garrisone.
yes, a little bit of garrison over here. Though actually, on the other hand,
Can we close our borders, maybe?
Impossible.
like, they have one city left.
They really need to just chill out over there.
Bloody and smelly, aren't they? History may
yes.
be changed
Perfect.
by battle.
They're
That
moving
doesn't
other
mean
troops
they're
in.
enjoyable.
Yes, but most of these troops are like ancient era troops. So this is actually kind of just as planned because then we can crush their entire army.
We bait them and just
Because
take over
there's
their city.
155 strength. Bam.
Okay.
But we probably should manual this just so we don't lose too many people. You there. You know, I don't want to be downhill. This should be Yeah, we can just, we can move these pikemen out and like surround one of their spawn points.
I'm definitely not trying to ignore anybody. Just
Oops.
just to make that obvious.
I ended the war, the battle a bit early. I killed their unit, and so they didn't get to bring in the reinforcement.
Oh dang it!
So I screwed up my own plan.
We get more war support this way still until the
that's-
update.
Until the update, yes. But right now, yes.
Gotta game the system while we can. I guess it isn't a huge deal, but it's kind of weird that upgrade costs don't change depending on the source unit. Like a warrior upgrading to a rifle is the same cost as upgrading an arquebusier to a rifle. There's not a bigger upgrade cost from like multiple eras
No,
previous?
It doesn't scale. I don't know why it doesn't scale. If this is an oversight
Interesting.
or if this was intentional, but
It feels like an oversight. I guess it'd be interesting to just figure out the math for it. What's up, Hoffmeister? Uncle to Fire stuff. Yeah, I recognize trying it with canceling all the vanilla cultures. Good stuff. Yeah, we're enjoying it so far. We've tried out the our first culture was
wait, no. I just
the
I
Inuit
just acted
culture that I
too-
can't
too
remember the
fast
name
and signed the
was.
non-aggression pact with them. So I guess
No!
we're going to become traitors right now.
Unfortunate.
Or Do we have trebuchets yet? No. I believe we do have the ballista. But it's 50 fortification. The ballista's not gonna cut it there.
You feel like the upgrading scaling cost makes sense. It costs the same to give a gun to a guy with a stick. That's an interesting way to think about it, though.
But the thing is, of course, if the guy has already used the gun, you don't need to train him as much in the new gun as the guy who had the stick before.
Yeah, I can see both sides to it, actually. But I think I lean more towards it should cost more to upgrade a less advanced unit.
Yeah, that's also, for the
but
game
almost,
balance.
yeah,
side of
for
things,
meta,
it's-
for meta game, like
Because otherwise, the meta game is, keep
keep
the
a
units
bunch of
as
old
long
units.
as you can,
yeah.
and then upgrade them cheaply.
Yeah.
Do we need to build it? Fine,
Best time to get that humankind difficulty win is as early game in win as early in a game's life cycle before the AI is honed into a hunter killer. Honestly, a lot of times I struggle against the AI just because
Should we just do it? They don't have that much strength here.
I mean, I think we can take him.
Oh, okay, of course they're
They
immediately sortying.
had some reinforcements. So it
Yeah,
looks
no,
like this
but
one.
that's fine because they're immediately sortying. So now we're on the defensive instead of having to climb the walls.
Very good. For metagame, absolutely, for sure. Lol, not to plug my own stuff, but I'm about to finish up a Game of Thrones culture pack. Ooh, nice. I mean, how do I put this? If it was my own personal stream, I think I would feel differently about self-promotion. But honestly, like on an Amplitude stream, like if you're making content about our games, I feel like that is kind of the place to let people know, like, hey, I'm making something cool for the game. I'm all for that. I get paid the same amount here at Amplitude, whether you promote your stuff in our stream or not. So, is that weird? I don't know if that's weird. I don't think it's weird.
Oh, come on, is there like a cliff here or something? Of course there's a cliff there.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones though, so I'll probably have to watch Game of Thrones before I feel like wanting to try it out. I feel like even playing a Humankind modded culture pack for Game of Thrones is too much spoilers.
And they've really managed to actually, focus fire some of our units here, which
Yeah.
is really annoying.
And interestingly enough, the high ground is by their city. We could back off considerably and it might help.
I mean, we do need to back this guy off, but in the end, I'm kind of trying to figure out, is there anywhere we can stand? We can try to get an advantage on them. I guess if we stand over here, that's... Oh god.
You can stand up on the wall.
No,
No,
the problem is the zone of control here. We can't get out of it.
They're dead. They're just dead.
They will make a heroic last stand.
And then they will die.
Nope. I mean, this guy. Yeah, you can get over.
Also don't make money off of it, so no shame, lol. Just good attention points. Honestly, yeah, like we for a while there were promoting on our socials people's mods that they were making. So, definitely keep an eye. I mean, I'm not opposed to promoting more people's mods and stuff, just because a lot of people aren't here on the streams. They're not like, keeping an eye on the mod packs and stuff. And so sometimes when they see a post about it, it's kind of nice.
How do did their citizens manage to deal this much damage to our
Pikemen?
pikemen?
It's a good
With the
question.
30 strength. They have
I think
7
it's the
strength.
fortification bonus.
That doesn't apply when they attack outside.
And they're attacking from behind the walls on you, though?
It shouldn't
doesn't-
apply. It's purely defensive. So I'm not sure how they got this much damage in on. Maybe it's just because it was all 3 of them.
Yeah, it could be. Are there any plans to make cosmetic exclusive packs? Like mass symbols and decorations and pre-made avatars? Are you talking about like a DLC, like an expansion pack for Humankind? I remember that I got my last Airbender one promoted there a while ago. Dopamine was flowing. Heck yeah. Let's just get Guardian bonus on attack too.
Ah, that might be it, the Guardian bonus, yes.
Home guard.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, Axel. I don't know if I can say either way.
Yeah, this is definitely not going as well as I'd hoped. So let's back up from the walls if we can. No. So much for luring out the... But I don't want to step down because then the immortals get the big buff for the high ground.
And also that's where the flag is.
I mean, honestly, at this point, sacrificing the flag and the war support and saving the units is probably the wiser choice.
Could be, yeah.
Don't think we can take that one. We can try.
Retake your flag.
Nope.
Nope.
Game. Nope.
I choose the not retaking the flag option.
Because, you know, we have lost way too much here already. I want to save at least a couple of units here.
Yeah, especially if Kiri comes knocking. That'd be very bad. Very, very bad.
We may be able to at least get a little bit of...
No, some good damage. Nice.
Take out a couple of their guys. Yeah, they completely destroyed the army here. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to get... I think we lost 2 pikemen, and then let's get some crossbowmen and see if we can do something about that.
For both of our aspirations.
Yes, Kiri, please.
Regrettable.
Honestly, I'm surprised that they could afford to have all their armies here. Well, of course they could, because they just let Kiri take all of their stuff.
It's a bummer.
So much for, you know, attacking while they're distracted by Kiri. They weren't distracted by Kiri. Not at all. Just build some infrastructure, I guess.
I wonder if there's a culture from the culture pack that has a very good military unit that we could pick next.
We need
era.
4 more stars to even get
Yeah.
there. Wait,
The wages of war.
Do we have...
Conscripts.
I think right now we actually need the cheaper unit.
30%'s a pretty.
But is there anything where we can... Yes.
If an army wants reliable soldiers,
That way we get at
they had
least
best
+1
provide
bonus.
a reliable income.
Let's try it, because we do have some reinforcements to bring in down here. Oh, of course, the flag is right downhill. 'Cause where else would it be? But I guess we can at least try to do something here where we are not standing right next to the high ground. Try to kind of bait them.
Ooh, they're getting the reinforcements out.
Seems they have fallen for the bait here. Of course, it's only a range. Ooh, you guys really took a beating.
Put them up on the hill.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see where could we maybe put the ranged units to get some shots.
I mean, they have a pretty wide deployment range.
I think the roads do count.
Oh, that's nice.
It would be risky, but how much strength are these? 32, and these guys are 30. Right. They're ancient era units, but they're still super powerful because they're an emblematic unit. That will also explain why our swordsmen got there. What's kicked so hard? Because the immortals are actually stronger than the swordsmen.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But I guess we can just, stand over here in the forest and shoot them from a distance. Why is it not highlighting this guy now?
No,
If
sure.
we're shooting from here, why? What?
I think you're moving your pikemen, right?
Oh, is that that's right. I thought that there was another
I was like,
crossbowman.
I was very confused what was happening.
No, I thought we had 2 crossbowmen, and
Mm.
yeah, in that case, of course, yeah.
Oh, you really can swing around and hit him from behind. That's nice.
So, and at the same time, is this guy enough to kill him?
No. Close,
Could-
but no.
How many hit points does he have?
27?
37. There's a chance we'll kill him.
You got like a
Okay, good.
There you
Because
go.
then we can use the more powerful pikemen up here. This direction. Oh wait,
I
you
think,
guys in the battle?
I think so. But also the archers are still on the flag though, which we need to get them off there or else we'll lose.
Yeah, but that's not a problem because we can use these guys for them.
Oh, just one shot them. Nice. Because they're just archers.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just archers.
I mean, we probably could have used even the swordsman for that.
Hey, what's up, El Fakir? Yeah, we're just about to end the stream in about a minute, but it is good having you here whenever you can arrive. So no worries. We're just sorry you didn't get to hang out for longer.
Okay, this time it's actually going a little better. Oh no, they could flank around that way.
And Gigao as well. No worries, y'all. We would we'd love to be able to stream later, but it's just kind of not feasible for us because, well, we have lives outside of work and
And a commute.
need to eat and need to get home and need to sleep.
Oh, come on. You see that tiny sliver left there of us not killing the guy?
Oh man.
Do up to 46 damage,
Darn it.
and he has 48. He survives with like 2 hit points, and we can't get far enough around to flank.
Check your priorities. Oh, Gagao. Honestly, like I've done some pretty long streams and on my own personal streams, and anything over like anything over like 6 hours gets to brain melty territory for me, where my brain just starts melting. Anything that goes late into the night as well starts getting into brain melty territory for me, and I just find that I can't be as engaging, as entertaining when I'm at that brain melt point. So
Because brain melting.
because brain melty, brainy melty, very bad. So I just stop while I'm ahead.
Let's see. If
No, I know
before we
you're
end the
teasing.
stream,
I know you're
check-
teasing. That's why I was laughing actually. If I didn't think you were teasing, I probably wouldn't have laughed.
Yes!
Vengeance!
Vengeance!
Vengeance is mine.
We are ending the stream on vengeance, and also 2 more era stars because we killed so many dudes.
Hey, see, we're close.
And now we might be able to actually take the city soon.
Maybe.
in theory.
There's
But-
still one unit over there as well that we could whack.
But you know, we'll
Just
oh,
the
that's
scout.
actually just a scout. But we'll see if we actually even, you know, remember what the hell we're doing next week.
Yeah, to be fair, we might be doing something else next week. But
Who knows?
we'll keep you frosty. Anyways, let's pop over here. Shoop. Thank you all very much for being here. It's been a fun Thursday stream. We hope you all enjoyed it as well. Hope we had some good conversations, some good chats, and some good gameplay. Honestly, this pack, this culture pack from Uncle Two Fire, very fun. I think that it's something that I might try out myself just to familiarize myself with the other cultures and get some interesting new combinations. So
Probably need to have like a browser tab open on the side to look up who the cultures
yeah.
actually are.
plan my strategy a little bit better. But anyways, we will catch you all next Tuesday for some Endless Legend in the morning at 11 a.m. France time. So see you then. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care. Stay safe. We love you. You're the best community ever. And I think we're gonna be raiding somebody potentially. So let's go spread some love over to Sabarini. I don't know what they're playing,
ya.
but give them hell. I mean, love. Give them love. Thank you all. See you, Dobry. See you, Komodo. Definitely noodles. Definitely noodles. El Fakir, take care. Axel, Gigao, Coconut, take care. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.